Are going to last, and flurries have been spotted.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have seen some flurries up in North Georgia. I've got a little bit of video I'm going to show you in just a second. Now, this isn't anything widespread. We had reports over in West Georgia earlier in Bowden of just a few flurries. And then right now we're watching up in parts of North Georgia here. We've got, again, this isn't really anything major at all. Just a couple of specks showing up on radar in Rabun County. We had some reports near the Blairsville area. One of our 11 Live community storm trackers, Trish Peters, sent us video. I just heard that, okay, we just have that video. Let's go ahead and show that right now. I know this doesn't look that amazing, but this is showing, if you look at the light there, some of those snow flurries that are coming down up in North Georgia right now, and it's not causing any accumulation. She also gave us a picture of her deck, just showing a couple of those little snow pellets trying to stick to the deck a little bit, but again, not causing any problems. Now, what we're going to be watching tonight is that the race is on as this moisture moves out, and we're not really seeing any rain around anymore. It's just some clouds and moisture still left in the atmosphere, and as the cold air comes in, it squeezes out any remaining moisture, and that is coming down in the form of some flurries. Now, here in Atlanta, traffic's still heavy out there, but the roads are mainly dry. The wind is going to help to dry things up here, but as our temperatures fall tonight, it is possible that any runoff or any moisture on the road could cause a couple of slick spots around. This is in Blairsville. I know it's cold out here. I know it's dark and you're seeing the street lights. We've been keeping an eye on Blairs and on the Blue Ridge area to see if we see any snow flurries there. We have not seen any there, but in the north of Blairsville, we have heard reports of freezing fog there that has caused some glazing on some back decks. So just be aware of that. Anything that you see that's still looking wet tonight, it is possible that that could glaze up in some spots, especially in North Georgia. When I've got the freeze warning in effect, here's a look at that right now for North Georgia. All the way south of Macon is where we have that freeze warning in effect. Temperatures tomorrow morning between 30 and 33. Damage to some plants could damage some outdoor pipes as well. And again, any moisture left behind could cause some glazing. Now, right now we're above freezing in Atlanta, 35, but Carrollton, you're at freezing. Most places are above freezing, and the wind is going to help us tonight. Now, it's going to make it feel colder. The wind chill is 26, but that wind will also help to evaporate and dry off any of those wet surfaces. So here's what happens with these temperatures tonight. Through 10 o'clock, we'll be just above freezing, but once we go toward tomorrow morning, watch these temperatures as they fall. This is at 7 o'clock. I'm thinking here in Atlanta will be 32. Outside the city, around between 30 and 32 degrees. So it is going to be freezing in many spots early in the morning, but then it starts to warm up a little bit to 47 by noon and then up to 54 by the afternoon. So at least it's not going to be freezing all day long. We're going to go with an 8 on the wasometer. Despite the really cold start, we will see mostly sunny skies, just a few clouds mixing in and getting up to 54 degrees. Better than the rain that we've been dealing with the past few days. In fact, we are entering into a drier pattern. Check out the 7-day. I don't see any raindrops here. That's a good thing. Just a few clouds around tomorrow and 54. 62 Saturday, 64 on Sunday with mostly sunny skies. A really nice weekend. And then into next week, as we lead up to Thanksgiving, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the lower 60s to upper 50s. And then right now on Thanksgiving Day, looks dry, partly cloudy, a low of 43.